Connor McDavid is having an incredible season, but could Patrick Kane actually beat him out for the Hart Trophy as league MVP? Well, a panel of 17 writers from NHL.com seem to think so, but stay tuned because I think these writers are absolutely crazy. Welcome to the Anthony Bruno Show. I, of course, am Anthony Bruno. I recently made my return to YouTube after spending a ton of time on TikTok talking sports over there. You can follow me on TikTok at Anthony M. Bruno as we try to hit 20,000 followers. But I am now officially back on YouTube and I am bringing you guys a ton of hockey content. I have NHL news, opinions, and fantasy hockey content. So if you like the sound of that, I would really appreciate it if you hammer that like button, subscribe to the channel, and ring the notification bell so you know exactly when the Anthony Bruno Show is dropping some new content. Alright, so now it's time to get into the video. Now that we've officially crossed the halfway point of the NHL season, 17 writers from NHL.com cast their vote for the Hart Trophy, which obviously goes to the NHL MVP, the player judged to be the most valuable to their team. And here's how the vote went down. So leading the way is Patrick Kane with 74 points. He received 10 of a possible 17 first place votes. And you gotta absolutely love the troll job from the Edmonton Oilers on Twitter. Next up at number 2 is Connor McDavid with 65 points. He received 6 first place votes. And then coming in at number 3 is Austin Matthews with 28 points. And rounding out the top 4 is Anze Kopitar with 26 points. The only other player to receive a first place vote other than Kane and McDavid was Lightning goaltender Andrei Vasilevskiy. And I get it to a certain degree. Patrick Kane is having a really good season. He has 42 points in 31 games. He currently sits third in the NHL in scoring. He's on pace for 111 points over 82 games, which would be one of the best seasons of his entire career. And on top of that, the Blackhawks currently sit 4th in the Central Division. They're holding down a playoff spot when a lot of people expected them to miss the playoffs this season. So obviously, he is doing a lot of great things for the Chicago Blackhawks, who have been without Jonathan Toews and Kirby Dach, and Dylan Strome has been injured. So he is carrying a lot of the weight on that team right now, and I know he doesn't have a lot of help. And I think he should totally be in the top 3 when it comes to MVP voting, but there is no way in hell he should be ahead of Connor McDavid right now. Do the writers from NHL.com even realize how dominant of a season Connor McDavid is having right now? He leads the NHL with 58 points, 9 ahead of the guy in second place, his teammate Leon Draisaitl. But that doesn't tell the full story because right now, Connor McDavid is on pace for 144 points over 82 games, which would top his previous career best by 28 points. He's on pace for 50 goals and 94 assists. He would be the first player to crack 140 points in a season since Mario Lemieux and Jaromir Jagr both did it in 1996. And fun fact, that was the year before Connor McDavid was even born. So he is having an unbelievable season right now, on pace to do things that we haven't seen in over 20 years in the NHL. And just to keep things really simple, Connor McDavid beats Patrick Kane in the following categories right now: goals, assists, points, points per game, even strength goals, even strength points, power play goals, power play points, game-winning goals, shots on goal, and ice time per game. So what the hell are we even doing here? I am so sick of these narratives that are created every single season about giving the Hart Trophy to that one great player on the cute team that's overachieving and just squeaked their way into the playoffs. Can we just stop with that? Can we just give the f***ing Hart Trophy to the player who's the most valuable to his team and is the best player in the NHL? And I get it. Obviously, without Patrick Kane, the Chicago Blackhawks probably wouldn't be in a playoff spot right now. But guess what? If the Edmonton Oilers didn't have Connor McDavid, they would be f***ing terrible. And I don't want to hear about Leon Draisaitl and how he won the MVP last year and they would still be good. No, this team without Connor McDavid is not very good. I don't know if you've taken a look at this Edmonton Oilers roster recently, but they don't have a lot of good players, like, at all, okay? Defensively, they're still a disaster. Their goaltending isn't good. They have absolutely no secondary scoring outside McDavid and Draisaitl. This team without Connor McDavid would be extremely bad, okay? And I stand by that every single day of the week. So cut the bullshit. I understand that Patrick Kane is having a really good season, but right now, based on all the evidence that I laid out, there is absolutely no way in hell that he should be ahead of Connor McDavid in the race for the Hart Trophy. And I look back to 2018. Connor McDavid led the NHL in scoring with 108 points, but finished 5th in Hart Trophy voting. Like, what the hell are we even doing with this award? And I get it. Taylor Hall had a really good season for the Devils. 93 points. He had a 26-game point streak, led the Devils to the second wildcard spot in the Eastern Conference. He obviously put that team on his back. But Connor McDavid leads the league in scoring that season and finishes 5th in MVP voting. Like, it just doesn't make any sense, okay? And I get it, okay? There's players on teams that will their team to victory, that overachieve, that shouldn't be accomplishing the things that they're doing. And I think we put too much weight on that sometimes. Sometimes we just have to identify this player is the best player in the world in that given season, and they deserve to win the MVP trophy, whether their team makes the playoffs or not. Because again, going back to 2018, the Oilers didn't make the playoffs that season, but can you imagine they didn't have Connor McDavid? They would probably be in the AHL. Okay, we never look at it that way. We always look at it, but oh, this team made the playoffs and that team didn't, so we can never give the Hart Trophy to the player on the team who didn't make the playoffs. It is so twisted, it needs to end, and we need to give the MVP trophy to the best player in the world that given season who was the most valuable to his team. End of story. That does it for this video. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please let me know in the comments who you think should win the Hart Trophy this season as the NHL MVP. Should it be Patrick Kane, like a lot of those writers from NHL.com voted on at the halfway point of the season? Or should it be Connor McDavid, who right now is on pace to have one of the best seasons in the NHL that we've seen in over 20 years? Please let me know your thoughts. And as always, I would really appreciate it if you smash that like button, subscribe to the channel, and while you're at it, ring the notification bell so you know exactly when the Anthony Bruno Show is dropping some new content. So that does it for this video, and I will see you guys in the next one.